Hello, everybody. Marcus here, Marcus Guiliano here. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to drop some information on sales today. Thanks for wherever you're tuning in, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Appreciate the support and the views. So, I want to drop the for losing a sale or not selling at all. The number one tip. So being in the restaurant industry, being the chef, the owner here, the person who's in charge of buying, I have seen many salespeople over the years. Been in business 18 years and seen all styles and types of salespeople, sales professionals, sales not so professionals. Yes, not so professionals. So we buy from companies in my business here. We buy from companies of the people we like, the people we trust. And the way you build likability, the way you build trust, one of the ways is by face-to-face contact with somebody, actually seeing that person, actually talking to that person, actually picking up the phone and having a conversation with that person. Those are the number one ways that you build trust, build a rapport, build a friendship, find common denominators, likable things about the person, things you have in common with the person. So the most successful companies after 18 years that we've been buying from here at the restaurant are the companies where we know more about the salesperson, where we see the salesperson, where we talk to the salesperson. I heard yesterday a horror story. There's this one company that we would buy from. Our first probably 8-9 years in business, we bought from this company on a regular basis, every single week. Bought from them. One of the owners would come in, bought from them. Really, I had a great relationship with them. Then a new salesperson comes in, who I actually happen to know this salesperson from years ago. Knew this salesperson from years ago. This salesperson came and saw me once, and if you looked at my numbers, all of my numbers, I was golden with this company. I mean, they were doing great numbers with me. So I'm not sure if this person thought that, hey, I'm going to continue the numbers and I don't have to do the work. But this person didn't do the work. They never showed up. And so I stopped buying, or I slowed my purchases down drastically because other people were coming in with similar products that I could use, that I was building a rapport with this other salesperson. So then this salesperson leaves after a few years. My sales were down to nothing. I spoke to the sales manager of why my sales were down to nothing. Made sense, right? Made sense. New salesperson comes in. She's not that knowledgeable, but likable and trustable word, trustworthy, likable, not that knowledgeable. But those other two overcame that. And because she tried and she was here, I started buying again. My buying cycle improved. And the sales manager would come in. Oh, yeah. No, they saw this. Then another salesperson takes over. She only stays there about a year, so not even 6 months. Another salesperson takes over. It's been 3 years. I've met this person face to face once. I never get phone calls from this person. I get a random text message. What do you need this week? What do you need this week? What do you need this week? Well, I need a salesperson, first of all, that's going to show up, be likable, and be trustworthy. That's what I need. And I feel like texting that back. I just haven't yet. But now this all makes sense because as I was talking to other people in the industry, this company's name got mentioned. This company has a policy. I guess they have a policy where they track on your phone the salespeople. And when a salesperson's in an account, it'll notify management, hey, the salesperson's spending too much time in an account that doesn't buy enough. The accounts that buy more, you spend more time in. And I understand that makes sense. You spend more time in the accounts that buy more. Great. But how about the accounts that would buy more if you just said hello to them? If you just showed up and just shook their hand and brought in a sample and just showed up and smiled? That can literally take 5 minutes a month to start that process. I'm sure that person wouldn't get in trouble for 5 minutes for walking in my door. But this company has a policy. If they're in an account for longer past than their algorithm of sales, How much time are they in the account for how much money this account's giving them. If that algorithm is if they meet that algorithm, they meet that warning, the person actually is reprimanded and told, you have to leave that account now. You're spending too much time in an account that's not producing enough sales. When I heard this, I was like, this is the number one way to kill your business. To kill your business. Years ago, I had a situation with Flying Dog Beer. Flying Dog Beer, when we first opened, I bought a lot of their beers. I remember when they were located in Colorado, and I bought their beers when they were in Colorado. Then they moved to Maryland. I bought a ton of their beers, and over time, we dwindled down and dwindled down and dwindled down. And then I saw Jim, the owner, at I think that's his name, at a beer event, and I said, hey, I'd love to do a beer dinner with you when you're up in the area again. I'd love to do a beer dinner with you. Don't go out of your way. Don't make a special trip from Maryland. But when you do your sales route and you're coming into New York, let's schedule a beer dinner. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me put you in touch with so-and-so. So I've got in touch with so-and-so, his secretary or assistant or whoever, PR person, and then worked. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, like I messaged him, and he's like, I was misled, Marcus. I thought you were a customer. I thought you bought more beer from us. And he actually quoted, the last 6 months you bought 2 kegs from us in the last 6 months. I thought you were a customer. I can't come to an account. That that doesn't buy from us on a regular basis. And I was like blown away. And I went back on YouTube and made a video about this, and specifically mentioning him and calling him out. Like, if you were to look at my numbers my first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, you saw that I supported Flying Dog a lot. I supported the brand a lot. Then all of a sudden, year 6 and 7, it starts trending down. And year 9, when I want to do an event with him, year 8, when I want to do an event with him, I'm not a qualified account. He can't spend any energy on me. I'm not a qualified account. And I totally ripped him online, and we were actually at a beer event together that same year. And people in the crowd were like, don't go to him, don't go to the table, don't say anything to him, please. We know that there's we know how you feel about him. This is one of the sales. They're like, and you know what? I'm just like, you know what? If you're a good salesperson, why didn't you call me year 5 and say, in your mind, I know the numbers are slipping. What can I do with Marcus to get his numbers back up? In year 5, you do that. Year 4, you do that. You don't wait till year 8 when the sales have totally dropped to, you're not an account anymore. If he would have looked at my numbers and ran numbers for 8 years, he would have seen that I was a very, very good account. And the same thing with this other company. If they would have looked at the whole history of me, 18 years, how much money and business I've given them, they would send the salesperson in and say, but they're using some stupid algorithm that some stupid financial person came up, some bean counter came up with, who says you're spending too much time in an account that doesn't give us enough money. The only way I'm going to buy more from this company, is if they send somebody in here and spend time with me to build my trust, to build the likability. That's the only way I'm going to do it. Until then, they've lost that. Unless your product is so on that you're the only person that has this product, I can't get it from anywhere else, and it's do or die, and this is it, then I'll buy it. I'll hesitantly buy it, but I don't need to hesitantly buy much from them. And I've switched things over to other companies, and I'm sure they're looking at me like, well, what happened to Marcus? Like, well, it's not what happened to me. It's what happened to you. What happened to you as the company? What happened to your policies? What happened to your salespeople? What happened to your sales professional training, or non-professional training? What happened to the stupid algorithm that you're using that you have to limit a salesperson in an account because that account's not spending enough money? You should see the potential of the account. I can't stand when salespeople walk in and it's like this person thinking, what do you need? It's not what do I need. Why don't you look at my list and say, hey, I have this great product that would fit right into your wine list, your beer list, whatever. I have this new product I think is a great fit for you. Can I drop you off a sample? Not what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Is there something specific you're looking for? I'd be happy to get you samples. I'd be happy to come in and see you. I'd be happy to do this. I'm happy to. I can't stand when salespeople walk in. Oh, here's our book, by the way. Here's our book of stuff. You haven't even looked at my menu. You haven't even seen what I'm doing. You've seen nothing of that. Here's my book. Then they go back to the boss. They're not buying. They're not buying because you're not selling. That's the problem. So I'd love to write courses for salespeople, especially in the food industry, the wine, the beer, the beverage industry, and the food industry. Because after dealing with in my own restaurant for 18 years and dealing with them prior in other establishments, I've seen a lot of very, very successful salespeople, and I've seen a lot of salespeople that just, I don't know how they're still in sales. I have no idea how they're still in sales. So that's my number one tip, folks. You need to be seen. You need to be seen by, years and years ago, our wine boat sales rep. I said to him, I said, listen, I said, I want to keep doing business with you. You have great wines, but I don't see you at all. You don't come to see me. I said, so before I call your sales manager, get a new salesperson, why don't you and I make a deal where we can work this out so I don't have to call a sales manager to get a salesperson? And he goes, okay, yeah. I said, listen, this is what I need. Tell me if you can do it or not. I need a phone call once a month. I need you to come visit me every 2 to 3 months. Walk in my door. You run a route all the time. Walk in my door every 2 to 3 months. Call me every month. Okay, no problem. 8 months later, I called him and I said, we haven't spoken in 8 months. And he goes, oh yeah. I go, am I calling your sales manager or are you calling your sales manager? And he goes, I'll call my sales manager and get you a new salesperson. I have no idea what he told his sales manager. No idea what he told his sales manager. This happened to another person, something similar. And I know she told her boss that I always wanted free stuff and she didn't want to come to my restaurant because I wanted free stuff. We're the easiest people to work for, Jamie and I, when salespeople, like, we're the easiest. And I never asked for free stuff. She said, I don't go there because they ask for free stuff all the time. And she joined another wine company that's here in New York that has some wines. And I've never called this company. I've never dealt business with this company because of her. So I knew she was a salesperson. I recently just reached out because I have 2 wines that I really, really want. And he goes, I'll send so-and-so. I said, no, you won't. I will not do business with you if you send so-and-so. I will not do business with that person. Do you have another salesperson? And he goes, I do have another salesperson. I said, perfect. Imagine being a sales manager and having a new customer come on and knowing the salesperson from years and years and years ago saying, I won't do business with this person. I refuse to do business with this person. It happened with another account. The guy was just terrible. And he has one wine that I want from Piemonte, one specific Dolcetto wine. And the import and everything, I said, I don't like the salesperson. If the salesperson is going to get credit for that, we have a problem. Because that salesperson deserves zero credit. Zero credit. When I mean credit, I mean commission. If they're going to get commission for that, they deserve zero commission for that. This person has done nothing to sell me. They've actually made me mad. I don't want them in my restaurant. This is only a very few in the 18 years that I'm talking about right now. There are many more that are so happy to do business with us, that come in and that bring in the people they're on the road with, the other reps and the owners, and want to show off place. We have so many salespeople that are like that, that come here just to say hello. I just came to say hello, right? You have time? Let's go say hello. So we have so many people like that. So what I'm mentioning are very, very few in between in 18 years. But I've seen both spectrums. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Really, really appreciate the support, everybody. Check out marcusguiliano.com. Go over and get my free book. My free book, 50 Mistakes That Business Owners Make. Marcusguiliano.com. Follow the link for the free book. Talk to everybody later.